Hello and welcome back to my orchid and plant life. So watering today, and then I noticed something and I feel like it needs to be addressed immediately. So I don't know if you can see this bulb here. It's looking like this has never been squishy or anything like that, but I do have 2 new growths on here now. It's a recovering, what is this? Wilsonarea Martin Leather Berrylicious. That I got from one of my local nurseries here. It's called Fantasy Orchids. But it has 2 new growths on there. One there, and then there's one on this side. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll show it. Yep, there it is. But I'm going to, put it in a little bit bigger pot that it can stay in after this, but I want to get rid of this. It's kind of getting squishy now, whereas before it wasn't. So now it's kind of getting squishy and it's all brown and yucky looking. So we're going to go ahead and basically just up pot it to this one. So as you can see, it's only about, it's not much bigger than what it's already in, but this will allow that new growth space. So let me just take these spikes out, and I just use this tomato twine stuff. Some people use wire, some people use ties. Oh, maybe not. There it goes. But it's just this tomato twine stuff that you can get at your local garden center. We can use that again. So we're going to take that out. Okay. And then we'll take this one out. And I'm not going to clean roots. I'm just going to cut that bulb. I'm going to cut this bulb off. And then we'll just put it in here. And I do have some sphagnum moss soaking here. And I've got some bark with some charcoal and some perlite right here. But I also have my bag of perlite and charcoal just in case I need more. And of course I've got my handy dandy glove and my sterilized pair of Fiskars. So since we're cutting that off, and I'm going to throw this away because this is the one that was holding up the one that's all yucky looking, just in case it might be some kind of a fungal infection. And let me grab, one second, let me grab my peroxide. That is right here. Sorry about that, because we will definitely be spraying that with some peroxide. All right, so I just use this to put whatever is going to fall in here. Okay, so as you can see, there is a new growth there, and I have a new growth on this side. So this new growth is actually coming off of the old bulb. I am taking a risk by taking this off, but you know what? I will take that risk. So we'll just leave that there. And I wonder if I can just pop it off. I wonder if it'll just twist off. You know what? I'll cut it, because now it's starting to ooze and I don't want to affect the other piece that's right there. So I'm just going to cut all that stuff off, and since I have access, let's clean off all the sheaths as well. That's an old root coming off, but I do see some new roots beginning, so that is a awesome sign. So, and those new roots are going to be what's going to support. Oh wow, look at those. Guys, when I put this in, probably, hold on, it's on the back of here. I repotted this on the 18th of December, so a little over a month, and we have some new roots, so that is good. But like I said, I'm going to clean all this stuff off of here. I mean, I have access to it now. Earlier it was hard to get to. Let me keep that spike in there. This is a new growth that aborted, and it was because it had no roots to support it. So now it's getting some new roots, and they're growing off of this larger new growth. So this one is not far behind it in size, so I know it will be growing those new growths as well for the new roots. And here I am being anal again, and okay, perfect. There we go. Let's cut that little piece off there. And I'm just going to cut that. Nope, 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 not going to cut anything else. But I am going to spray this with the hydrogen peroxide, just in case whatever caused that one bulb to do that. I don't want it to spray. You know what? I'm not going to use this one either. Nope, I'll just use the one. And then I'm going to spray it really good and let it fizzle for a little bit. So when I bought this back in May of last year. It was around my anniversary. My husband took me to the nursery, and that's what I got for our anniversary. I bought it not in bloom. They did have some there that had blooms on them, but they were all single bulbs, and I thought, well, I'll get the one with the bigger bulbs. Probably should have went for one of the other ones, but that's okay. So I'm just going to let him sit here for a minute. Actually, we'll put him right here, and we will let him sizzle for a few, and we'll get our pot ready here. Okay. Yep, moss is nice and moistened up, and because it is starting fresh, bulk of what I'm going to put in here is moss. Again, like with my Sharry baby, the Oncidiums seem to like more moss in their mix here, and plus this just encourages root growth on when they don't have roots. So we'll do that, and then I will take a little bit of this bark and there's a little bit of charcoal in there as well, and we'll just kind of mix it in. Again, more for the aeration than anything, and the charcoal so far, since I've used it, seems to be doing okay. I haven't used it long enough to make a informed decision on it. And I know I don't have my glove on, but I didn't really feel the need that I needed it quite yet, because that media was pretty fresh, but because of that bulb, this right here, I'm not going to reuse it just in case whatever it is got into the moss. So, matter of fact, let me just toss that, and then I will clean and sanitize this so I can use it for something else. But I really want to see this Oncidium progress and get healthy. And again, all I'm doing is just picking out the sticky pieces. They're not really moss, they're just pieces of stick. Like this. What is that? It's trash. This is actually one of the better ones. I actually get it at my local big box store, garden center store. It's by Better Grow, I think. It's either Better Grow or Best Grow. Depends on what they have in there. It varies. So, all right. Let's check our little fuzzy here. Okay, it's still fuzzing just a wee bit, and I will leave it there for a few. I actually forgot my cinnamon, so I will be right back. All right, so cinnamon, just everyday common household cinnamon. So I will wet my finger here. I'll just use some of the water from the moss here. And I'll put a little bit on this paper towel. Okay, and we'll just seal that like so. And we'll make sure to put bark in this area so that it doesn't affect the roots. And let's make sure none of the cinnamon got on the roots, and it did not. Perfect. Okay, and just so you know, this was the one that I used. So, and I said I forgot it, but it was actually sitting right in front of me. But as you can see, I wear glasses, so There's something wrong with my side apparently, right? Awesome. All right. Let's see. Let's put some of this down here at the bottom. And I don't have my tray because, like I said, this is kind of an emergency type thing. So I was kind of getting everything in a hurry because it is kind of later at night and I am kind of tired, ready to go to bed. But I didn't want to wait till in the morning because with my luck, I will forget. So, thing is, how do I put this in? Because we have a growth here and we have a growth here. So we'll put it about right there maybe. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. And this is the one we are going to use to stake her up. Okay. And we're going to have her sit about here. So that's the back of the plant. Again, put mainly moss in here to encourage our growth here. And then we will put bark on the top to keep there we go. And it looks like I'm pressing down really hard, but I'm not. I'm just kind of getting it in there. Again, they don't like a lot of aerial roots. I kind of see now. It went through a hole. I was wondering why that stake wasn't holding it the way I wanted it to. But it went into one of these side holes. There we go. So about right there. Right? Maybe? Yeah. And that'll allow each one of those to kind of come up with its own little thing going there. Okay. And then we'll put some here. Again, to encourage that new growth. I feel like all I've done is repotting videos, but it seems to be I've been trying to wait until spring because, you know, that's when everything kicks their growth and encourages and everything, but this one here, I was not going to wait. I couldn't. I was watching it and watching it and watching it, and I said, you know, if I don't do something about this now, it is not going to be a good thing. All right, so a little bit more on this side, and then we'll top it all off with a bark. Let's switch these out. And while we are finishing this off, if you have any suggestions on what that might have been and if it's something I need to worry about as far as spreading, let me know. But it didn't like spread to anything else. It kind of just, like I said, the bulb just kind of shriveled in. It never got really mushy or anything like that, so I don't think I have anything to worry about with that. And a little bit here. All right, now she's just under here. It's just under here. Okay. And then I'm going to stake this one back up like I had it away from the media. There we go. All right. I think that's going to do it. It's pretty secure without her wobbling everywhere. All right. And now we wait. Let me see, where's that new growth? It's on that side. Okay, so I've got one coming this way and one going that way. I just wanted to make sure I didn't bury it. And the piece that I cut with the cinnamon is right here. So it's actually outside of the media. So I can also keep an eye on that and see what happens. Let's get the charcoal back in there. After all, that's what we're using it for. All right, well guys, hopefully we've caught whatever was in there on time. And we got this thing recovered because the leaves kind of look a little splotchy too. Let me just pick y'all up so you can kind of see. See this? Not sure what that is. It hasn't spread. It's kind of been like that since I got it. It hasn't gotten worse, so I haven't really cut the leaf off because it's still got enough leaf on there to help support the plant. And now that she's down to basically a pseudobulb and a half, because this new growth here just stopped growing, and now I'm waiting on the other two. And I'm thinking I might stake her on this side as well here in just a few minutes, just to keep her from wobbling too much. But I think she's okay. Yeah, I think she's all right, especially since her other roots are long enough to get it going. All right, guys, well, thanks again for watching, and if you liked my channel, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the description below. Again, let's keep it, you know, civil. We're, like I said before, we're here to support one another, not to be nasty and petty. And if you could subscribe and share with your friends, that would be wonderful. And I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you on the next one.